of keeping you in the right direction. No matter how your confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
Talk back to you. Say it like that. Hate you then find someone new. Maybe, but you know I never have. I choke you down just like
say like a new bridge. If you just say, I heard,
I just assumed I'd play the part of keeping you in the right direction. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles fall remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
Talk back to you. Say it like hate you then find someone new. Maybe, but you know I never know. I choke you down just like myself away. If it's true, you don't know me. Rich destiny, it's only race me. Yeah, I'm a nomad, I can see the night, yeah. Can't imagine how it ever would have been. I'm a nomad, I can see the night, yeah. See the night, yeah. I can see the night, say I'm a nomad, I can see the night, yeah. Can't imagine how it ever would have been. I'm a nomad, I can see the night, yeah. See the night, yeah. I can see the night, say yeah, say
I just assumed I'd play the part of keeping you in the right direction. No matter how your confidence may fall, I'll be here as your foundation. And I say, hey, yo, just let it go. Your struggles won't remain. And I say, hey, yo, we're holding hope and wake up yesterday. So hold on to me. Hold on to me. Hold on to me.
someone new. But you know I never. I choke you down just like
Hello, everybody. Good morning from NA, but good evening if you're in EU, especially if you're in EU, if you're showing up right now. Just another round of introductions, another day, another round of games. You are watching DeFi Legends. My name is Proofcast. With me now is the mastermind who helped make this happen and is working very hard day in and day out to ensure everything runs smoothly. Hey, Euclid, how's it going?
Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Happy for day 4. We're excited to see where it goes. They've been, I've seen the internal team chats because I get extra access and I can see a lot of teams practicing, organizing, choosing their team comp. So yeah, it's really exciting to see this whole thing coming together.
Yeah, it's all coming together here, and teams I think, are getting better. Only getting better. We saw your games yesterday. Good job. A little pat on the back there. Congrats on the win. Going into our interview here to talk a little bit about the exciting stuff happening in the crypto space, because that is the goal of DeFi Legends, right? Getting to kind of get to know what's going on behind the scenes here and getting people in on it. How are you feeling about the general market with cryptos?
Yeah, so the general market's interesting. Yesterday, if you're interested in cryptos, you would have seen like a huge pump and then like a cheeky retracement. But if we look at the long term outlook of it, I think what's happening behind the scenes is just incredible. We've gone like 10 years ago where only a handful of people had just Bitcoin, and now we have all of these different ecosystems popping up. We have Polkadot, we have obviously Ethereum, like the biggest one, and then everything's building, and we're moving towards more essentially decentralized economy with so many different utilities coming up, like such as identity, finance, and so on and so forth. So yeah, it's really exciting to see what's happening behind the scenes. And as you said, the whole point of this tournament is to bring the people who are interested in great in gaming, but have maybe seen cryptos, on the internet and don't know much more. Like this is, the perfect time for you guys to get in and just learn a lot more.
Yeah. We might get to this question. I'll save it for last, right? Someone who might be like me, who's just gaming, does know a little bit about crypto, but does not know all the details that go into trading it, finding more interest in it. You can maybe walk me through or give me a little bit of a tip as to how I could get started. But briefly before that, let's talk about the opportunities, because I heard there's a lot of new opportunities on the platform to earn interest. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, it's actually a really good opportunity. So that Diversify's launched. It's AUSD, so based like a stable coin, and it's currently offering 19.5% APY. So if you compare that to like a traditional savings account in the bank, where it's 2.5%, it's absolutely insane. Like what DeFi and these opportunities that are coming towards Diversify actually allow for all users. Like if you asked me 5 years ago, I could earn 19.5% on just interest, I would call you crazy. But the fact that we're able to offer this to all users on the platform, I think it's just absolutely brilliant. So you don't actually need to know much about cryptos to get started from the very baseline and start making a bit of money moolah for yourself.
Yeah, a little bit of a side investment, or it could be your main thing to do, just following it up. Can you elaborate more on this bridge?
Yeah, so bridges are cool in the crypto scene because they essentially allow that. Well, there's different networks, for example, like somebody may have Bitcoin, but they want to do something on the Ethereum chain, and this is where the confusion happens because somebody may get into cryptos for the first time and they'll buy Ethereum, but they realize they want to do something on a completely different blockchain, such as Terra or Polygon. So bridges essentially allow all of these networks. It's essentially a bridge between the networks, essentially. So you've got, let's say, Ethereum here, and you've got Polygon here, and a bridge gaps, the gap in between them, I guess. The amazing thing about Diversify is we've launched a brand new bridge to Arbitrum. So if you're keen in cryptos, you know what Arbitrum is, definitely go check it out. And we also have a bridge to Polygon. So all users can deposit funds onto the Diversify platform without actually paying any kind of gas fees, which is a huge thing when you're trying out crypto for the first time and you only have a couple of $100 to try that with, and you end up paying $20-30 to just try and use it. So with these bridges, we're really helping all the smaller retail users get access to the platform.
And that's why you talked about the ecosystem growing. It's becoming decentralized, right, instead of being centralized. And part of that is these bridges make you flexible in order to kind of make easier decisions or change your decisions along the way. As someone who does not understand too much about it, thank you, Euclid, for clarifying. So why are bridges, do you think, mainly important in the ecosystem, like as we talked about, and why should users come to Diversify?
Yeah, so as I was saying before, like the bridges are quintessential because it helps people go from, let's say, the Solana ecosystem to the Ethereum network to Polkadots and so on and so forth. So you can just move and you can try out different opportunities, different things that pique your interest without all of the hassle. And again, that's the main thing about Diversify. People can have their funds on loads of different platforms, and with our community, we're going to help steer the way of which way people want it, where they want their funds to go, and like where we should build bridges to next. And we essentially want to be a DeFi hub where users from any system, any platform, anywhere can come and have all of the opportunities available all on one system.
Gotcha. It's a very nice thing to do. That's very easy and accessible for users. I'm sure it's easy to navigate it. And you know, Euclid, thank you for explaining everything to me. You know, I'm taking a step at a time here. It's just going from caster gamer here into the crypto world. You know, this is a really good step towards it. So now coming back to that right question, for people who are in the same boat as me, how would we get started in this?
Well, interesting to say, like the best opportunity. So there is a $40,000 prize pool, as all like everyone who's watching knows, and $20,000 of that in tokens such as Sushi, Polygon, are actually going to, you know, spectators, you know, people who are getting involved from the sideline. So if you've heard about, you know, crypto and you want to get involved, this is the perfect opportunity. So last week we did a giveaway, and people who got the questions right were all awarded $250 each. So there were 7 winners, and you can go to the DeFi Discord and check it out. One user was actually really nice, and they donated some of their funds to Ukraine. So we have a special charity wallet on the platform, and all users on the platform can donate some of their crypto to what's happening with Ukraine.
Yeah, it's nice thing to see also, you know, you could do a lot with that giveaway. Humanitarian work is one of the examples, and it is nice for that person to think about that. It's just something along the way. You could also give it a thought. I mean, that's why if you're watching right now, and if you do want to get into the crypto space, this is a great opportunity for you. If you're just a gamer, you know, and you do guess which team is going to win, right? With that said, Euclid, any last words, anything that we didn't touch upon that you might want to also include here?
No, I approve it. You've done an amazing job as per usual as a host. So I think you've covered everything. We're just excited to see where these games go today.
Yeah, excited to see where they go as well. We got 2 games, just per usual. It's going to be Polygon versus Entropyfi after this break. We'll be right back. Thanks again, Euclid, for this interview. I'll see you next week. I mean, you'll also be conducting interviews next week. So great talking to you, my friend.
You too. See you soon.
All right, we're going to be on a break. We'll be right back.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up now. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just Another shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another start, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all your fantasy? Where are you now? We were imaginary. Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea, under the sea. Where are you now? Another dream. The monsters running right inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. Where are you now? Where are you now? Under the bright but faded lights, you've set your heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? Under the bright but faded lights, you've set your heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea, under the sea. Where are you now? Another dream. The monsters running right inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. So it's not easy, I must admit. They really don't want you to see. They don't want you to see. But when it's dark at night, it gets harder for them to lie. When the city's sleeping, I collect their secrets buried in my mind. Will they ever see the light? When the city's sleeping, I hear all their secrets. You will lose your mind if you knew what's inside. When the city's sleeping, when the city's sleeping, they don't want you to see. When the city's sleeping, they don't want you to see.
inside this heart of mine. If you could let me out of my body, this feeling's got me out of my mind. Without you, without you, without you beside me. Without you, without you, without you beside me. Without you beside me.
Zach finally getting the show on the road. So that said, we got some technical difficulties here, some invite issues, whatever though. Even people were late. That's not the question here. Question is, how much fun are we gonna have today, Salt?
Reasonable. I mean, today it's going to be a fun one. Group B, we get to see the second games, and I think Group B is looking a little bit closer than Group A. There are some standouts coming in from Group A, but Group B, I think it's going to be more of a fight.
Yeah, so let's encourage these players, these brave players, I might add, today on their journey to the top. Like I said, 4 teams in each group, and all the teams will play against each other twice in the first 6 weeks. And we're already seeing the draft underway. So let's just go to that scene and break it down for us here. What are we seeing here? The bands coming through, the Diana and the Tryndamere kind of targeting those, I guess you could say, this assassination from Diana and also the split push from Tryndamere. I don't know if it was research, but then again, the Cho'Gath ban as well. On the other side, we've got the Zeri ban, the Graves ban, as well as the Jace. These are some big carry bans on the side of Polygon. They do not want to be dealing with that.
Definitely. I think the Zeri ban is still very important considering it has the nerfs have not gone through, and even with the nerfs, I still think she's going to be very strong. On the other side of things, though, a lot of top lane bans coming through. Cho'Gath, Tryndamere. Tryndamere can also be played mid, but I don't think that's all that important that he can be played mid. Mostly great as a hull breaker, split pusher, but the window. Ooh. Or are we going to see another Aurelia? From Sermon
Is it gonna be an Aurelia? I saw an Aurelia rank 1 player the other day, and I mean, your boy went on the front pages of not Reddit but Instagram Explorer page the other day with the commentating action. But yeah, I did see like a crazy Aurelia pick. But speaking of Aurelia, it's gonna be this Echo, which I think mainly is not picked for that, but also you could definitely flex it here in the mid lane or the jungle. But having this Rek'Sai already picked for Polygon, I don't think it's a possibility for this Echo to be a jungle anymore, because Rek'Sai is just a better jungler.
It does deny the flex. Rek'Sai cannot really be played solo lane.
Maybe Rek'Sai support. I've seen that
Potentially
happen.
support. You could. It's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's just not better than the meta.
That is true.
I think it's strong into champs like the Rel specifically. Potentially into some enchanters if you go Prowler's Claw, but other than that, it's not really that strong in that role. But the MF definitely strong, allows a lot of wombo. But they do now have themselves a Yasuo Zac combo, so really easy gank setup. But it is against an Echo who is able to get away from that, so it's not as potent. But that does not stop the bot lane roams. You push in mid as the Yasuo, roam with your Zac, dive bot over and over and over again, and just let the Aurelia do her thing in the top side. And you get your bot lane fed, you get your mid lane fed through that pressure.
Yeah, we get everybody fed through that pressure essentially, and the misfortune is that one click get multiple kills type of champion, where if she does get that ulti off on multiple members on the other side, everybody is going to die. And Zac, who has the passive here, I want to see him do the work, right? I was super excited yesterday when I did see a Volibear pick. We were talking a little bit about the Volibear picks that we're seeing here recently. And I think Zac is just a better alternative to that, right? Like Zac just does everything that the Volibear does, but quite better. By a whole margin, actually. So love to see that coming out here. It's going to be another Yasuo game, the second day, Entropyfi. Yeah, the Jinx Lula ban. You don't want to mess with the hyper carry with the Enchanter support bot lane. So let's see what this leaves open for Entropyfi. They could go a couple of directions here. They could go, I mean, there's no Zeri available, but they could go Draven Blitz. I mean, that could be some cheesy bot lane here. But
is this going to be the Yasuo bot?
I think
it could
so.
be.
It's going to be the Yasuo bot.
And they do have a strong AP carry, and that Fizz also looking like solo AP, so that means it's really hard to itemize towards any of that magic resist. It's going to feel really bad, but the Morgana going to be locked in here, which does deny a lot of that Zac pressure, but you can only use that spell shield on one person.
Yeah, you could only use it on one person. Brand coming out here. It's also interesting.
That's really scary.
A lot of AP on their side. You know, they got Brand, they got... I mean, that's about it.
They got Echo.
I mean, yeah, they got Echo. I forgot about that. Echo to me is just like, yeah, he does a lot of AP damage, but wait until he goes late game in that 3 item. And it's going to be the Fiora split lane. Split push in the side lane could be dangerous, but yeah, it's going to be locked and loaded here. Interesting
One of the most
comp
volatile
coming out.
matchups. Yeah. Aurelia Fiora, one of the most volatile matchups you can ever pick up here. Very scary, very hard to deal with if either of them snowballs. So this time, I want to see the junglers focusing this top side, trying to get ganks off against the Aurelia, against the Fiora. Whoever gets ahead just wins throughout the rest of the game.
I mean, we could talk a little bit about that more, right? So let's elaborate
of course,
a little bit more on that, because I
So-
know a lot of people did predict maybe one way or the other, but this might be a close game, right? Yes, Entropyfi are looking at a 1-0 and Polygon 0-1, but Entropyfi last week, their game was super, super close
Yes.
against PocketNetwork. So, you know, this...
Vigar, you know,
Yeah.
has to scale. But this time, they have a lot more early game pressure, but they also scale well too. Aurelia scales well in the split push, not against Fiora specifically, but they do have that front line, which is very lacking on the side of Polygon. They don't really have anything to face tank a Yasuo combo, a Fizz combo. They can get blown up very, very easily, so the onus is on them to play very, very safe, but MF brand, very strong lane, but also very short ranged until level 6. So if the Yasuo Rakan can get on top of them, and both of them don't really have high base HP, so they're very easy to take down if you can get those skills off.
I mean, speaking of skills off, we got that Rakan Yasuo wombo combo waiting to happen. I mean, that's just going to be really, really interesting to see if the Rakan gets a quad or not. Guess what? Gotta uninstall your game from then on.
It's pretty over. It's pretty over.
Yeah, if that is happening, because Zach also has the ult up as well. So a lot of synergy coming out from Entropyfi. They're not looking to be divided at all, by all means, because this draft is very, very solid on their side.
Very synergistic.
Yep, but the problem is they don't have that DPS per se, right? Like, yes, they do have that Yasuo. Yes, they do have that Bali Yasuo, but also sometimes what teams are also doing is whenever they do have like an unorthodox pick in the bot lane, like the Seraphine APC, they pick a Graves through the jungle to just like make up for that. But going into it, obviously Fizz is going to be something to look out for here as well, because Sir James Master is playing Brand pretty squishy. Misfortune is going to be squishy. These are targets that the Fizz could take out easily.
Definitely. And I want to see this Fizz just try and shove wave, walk bot, dive that over and over and over again, because it's in a mobile bot lane and you have a Zac too. So just 4-man, rotate, all you got to do. And the rest of the damage on the side of Polygon is very single target. You have single target damage from Rek'Sai, single target damage from Echo and Fiora. So if you can take out those AoE threats, you can just run at them and you will win 9 times out of 10. But also don't forget, the DPS on Entropyfi is deceptively high. Sure, a lot of it is very burst based, like the Yasuo ultimate, the Aurelia getting her combos off. But once she gets the Blade of Rune King, once the Yasuo gets those 2 items, that's when their DPS actually skyrockets. So they actually do quite a bit of damage over time because of their autos. They're both what you would consider melee carries, where their damage comes through their autos. A lot of it would come through their autos and just overall skill expression. And Fiora also fits into that mold, but there are 2 melee carries, and if they can make it work. It's a strong class, but it's also very punishable. But we'll see if they are able to punish both these melee carries, if Polygon can pull through with their range advantage in just a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen, so we'll be right back. Let's see if you got any of your predictions right. As we were talking with Euclid earlier, you know, it's a way for you to get into the world of crypto, and hopefully also, if you are feeling nice, you could, you know, donate it to generous causes. And I would like this opportunity as well to say thank you guys for joining. If you haven't joined Discord yet, please do so and hit that follow button. We'll be right back because you did that. With the first game of the day, Polygon versus Entropyfi. We'll see what happens. We're going to be on their way pretty soon. are back. Let that load in for a little bit here.
Uh-oh.
The game should capture. That's a big for me here too, as the screen seems to be transformed itself here a little bit. But in the meantime, Cement CC is under a lot of fire. Heavy trades.
Heavy trades, but it does force the flash out of both Sephiroth and Sormint, so this top lane matchup just got even more volatile. Both of them are even more susceptible to ganks. Aurelia not going to have to burn the TP because she is going to base in time, get there for the wave, but look at this, they're able to get some vision in the bot side. Or at least get some pressure there. Wards, that's a lot of defensive wards though, so they won't be able to ward super defensively on the side of blue. So they have to be very worried about that as this game does come on and on because of Zach's weird gank pathing. So, very scary, but no vision though on the bot side.
You know, you did mention Zach's gank pathing here. That's something to look out for at level 3, right? His E is definitely very, very useful. It gets a little bit less useful at level 5, but picks back up when he's leveling up all the way to 12. And I think, you know, for Zach at this ELO, at this type of a competition, it's really, really good to just kind of like throw a wrench in the enemy's team's plans here, because not a lot of teams, not a lot of players know how to deal with a good Zach, and he could cause a lot of trouble for Polygon, to say the least, especially for this bot lane where they're not that mobile.
Definitely. It's not super mobile, and Zach good pathing can be really, really effective, but it does look like they have the shove here. Looking for this level 2, might look for an engage very, very shortly here. Gotta respect the minion damage.
Yep, we gonna... Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's just sort out the order here as well, as not an LCL sorter, so people are all over the place here. But in the meantime, though, we got some action in the bot lane. Could be the first blood. Captain flashes a wave under the ignite. Let's see if he's gonna live. The answer is yes.
Every single summoner burned on the bot lane, so that's very, very important coming through. But at the same time, good game coming in from the Cathedral, forcing the flash out of Yoha Lele, but it does burn his own. But Rek'Sai Flash W is so insane, super hard to react to, so great work from Yoha Lele, still living that gank.
Oof, Zach making his way towards the bot lane, but guess what? His team's pushing perma, and they're looking very aggressive, so Zach's probably scratching his head like, okay,
They could dive this.
Do you want me to dive or do you want me to gank? which is it gonna be?
They do have Zac passive, which is a very, very strong dive tool. Ooh, that was very close. Does force TKM to walk away. Can't really contest the wave anymore. Is forced to base, but does have the teleport available. Will burn that summoner very shortly. But we do see some pings towards the bot side. They want to dive this MF.
Looks like they're gonna walk away from that possibility. They don't want to really give any advantages over, especially this early on. And this game, Salt, compared to the other games that we've had so far, has been smooth sailing for both teams. Nobody's getting really bodied yet in the beginning, at least for now. Oh, that's a Rakan, goes in with a W, and here comes the Zach. Does not connect. His E does not reach, unfortunately, in the Q does not connect. So, a bit of a doozy there.
Oh, one thing to note here.
One thing to note here might be a solo kill here, W under the turret, but yeah, Echo does not really fancy a dive early on.
Great respect from Yoha Lele, knowing the damage output of the Echo there. But on the bot side, though, I like the intent. The gank was there, the dive was there. Unfortunately, just mis-executed, but they don't lose anything for it, which, you know, it could have gone better, but it could have gone worse. So we take those every day of the week, but look where the Rek'Sai is.
Rek'Sai making his way around here with the gank on the 2v1. Cement does not find the stun there, and he's just going to go down. First blood secured the Cathedral on this Rek'Sai.
And I would have liked that given over to World Sephiroth, because having the first blood on the Fiora feels a lot better, but the early house TP will miss maybe a minion or two of XP. Not the worst, but, you know, the Aurelia memes, she's full build. She has a Vamp Scepter. Maybe she'll be able to make it work here. But in the mid lane, you know, CS is relatively even. 5 behind. Not really all that bad, considering the Echo does outrange you for the most part during the lane phase. But the bot side, though, 10 CS up for Ruzi, having a really solid time on this Yasuo. Also, flashless MF that they can punish very, very shortly here. They have the Rakan. They have the Zac hitting that level 5 very shortly. And Yoha Lele might be looking for a trade.
Yeah, the punishments have to come through now compared to later, because the flashes are down now. They're going to be back up pretty soon here, and Zach is going to go for that quick recall. I think he wants to build some of the parts of his mythic item that are eventually is going to end up slowing people down even more. So, you know, they're looking for some lockdown CC, making sure that Ruzi gets the ult off the last breath on multiple members, and that's the ideal gank.
Ooh, late
that's
gank.
the ideal setup. And now we're seeing Rek'Sai making his way towards the bot lane.
Can you also get out? Yes, you can.
Man, it gets knocked up though. A little bit too late.
No.
The Cathedral has found yet another kill in this game. Polygon are looking to be at a great pace.
And unfortunately, they also just did not flash the brand Q, which did land the stun, which guaranteed the Rek'Sai knockup. So very unfortunate there on the bot side. But we do see Rakan just trying to defend this Zac as he tries to get his camps because of the pressure from this Rek'Sai down the bot side. And he is 2-0, so Rek'Sai scales does not scale well. But if they are snowballing, it's very important to worry about because this Rek'Sai can do a lot of damage. The Queen of the Void is very, very strong.
And we'll see what ends up happening here as Zac goes in for a second time, but his ally just got dropped there, bodied by the Echo. In the meantime, though, Polygon are again, after securing a solo kill in the mid lane through the Echo, they're going to secure the first Drake in the game and maybe even double gank this bot lane yet another time. Ruzi is walking away in the wrong path. Where are you going, my friend? There's no way out for you for this one. He's going to go in, head in first. The knockup's not good to Rakan with the peel. The flash from Yuzi is getting burnt, though. He will walk away eventually.
Vanguard's edge going to be dashed away from by the Fiora, so great work there. And this could be a dive. Does have the Grand Challenge available. And no mana on the Aurelia either.
Yeah, no mana on the Aurelia. Just trying to CS here. Just trying to CS. This is when you're probably typing to your jungler, yo, please gank top. And then your jungler is like, you know what, just hug the third, play safe, and you just get super tilted. You're like, please gank now.
Shove please, come top.
Yeah, this is what's happening probably here for Sermon CS, and the Fiora goes in on the trades, and she's always gonna be looking better, just because she's Fiora, right? Irelia also is really good. These two champions want to be in your face, trading with you at all times, so we'll see how that turns out. In the meantime, again, the mid lane is pretty heavy with the trades. Both parties are doing a lot of damage. That's the ulti coming through in their face. This could be deleted instantly, and there it is. The solo revenge redemption kill from Johalili.
The Ignite there, denying some good HP regen from, you know, those refillable potions there. So just great awareness to use that Ignite, guarantee the kill. Sure, it's a summoner lost, but you get the kill. Rakan's safe. He's fine. He's slippery.
Yeah, Rakan's super fast. Rakan could get out of anything, really, so... We'll just have to see how he performs outside of laning phase, because usually most of the time laning phase is one of his... I mean, not his strongest suit for Rakan, at least.
Definitely not. Into the brand, though, it's not super terrible, because the reason why Rakan's lane phase is considered really unsafe is because he has to get in your face to land a CC. But there's not really much to CC him on the side of blue. They can't really do much. He walks up, gets his W off, and he can dash away. Sure, it's an EQ combo from the brand, but that's not reliable. It's not a Leona stun. It's not an Alistar Q. So it's not as unsafe as it normally is.
So I guess that's why they're getting away with things that normally they shouldn't be getting away with this bot lane.
Especially with this bot CS difference happening here. But we see the Cathedral again topside looking for the gank.
Why not? Why not set up a camp here? Why not set up a tent here with the Echo going in? Flashes for the kill. Sermon trades the flash, trying to live as far as she can go. Bogey gets that tower shot on him a couple of times, but it's not going to be the kill. And Sermon says his last adios, his farewell, his second time is seeing that gray screen.
Oh no. Happened again. Good intent, just no execution, unfortunately.
Oh, that's execution. You did say execution, Salt, and they heard you. They're like, okay, what are you talking about? Zac goes in. All right. This is going to be 2 seconds of guaranteed CC. He does not land the Q, but he doesn't need it when he got the ulti here. Now, under the tower, he needs to find safety. He can't. Misfortune is looking at a 1v3 angle. Here we go in the top lane, 1v1. Johalili this time around against the Fiora in the bot lane. We got more action here. but there it is. The Rakan down, and now the rest of the team trying to salvage this play. Zach's passive actually saved them here. Nicely done.
But on the top side, though, World Sephiroth able to grab up a kill up in the top side. Oh, Yoha Lele, it's a Fiora. All your damage can be CC'd or can be immuned. It's very unfortunate, but that's just how Fiora works. You need to be able to gank this Fiora, but unfortunately it's just not happening. You're going at her 1v1. It's not going to work. That's what she's best at. The grand duelist, after all.
Yeah, I mean, they just really wanted to force a play happen aside of...
forcing a play here.
Yeah, Entropyfi forcing another play in the mid lane against this Echo. Maybe revenge for Serment CS, because he got dove under the turret. Now pops the ulti. Vanguard's Edge doing a lot of work here. Exhaust comes through, but this could be easily traded. Oh, he lives! Serment CS lives! But the Cathedral's around the corner. He smells blood. He kind of is tracking where they're going, but knocks up the Rakan. The CS. Serment CS does not get away. Almost got away with that. Zach is here for, I guess, I don't know, to see what's going on.
Moral support.
Moral support at that point. It was like, okay, all right, a little bit too late there.
Yeah, this Fiora is a little bit of a menace, and same with the Rek'Sai. They're both popping off. They're having a really great game here, and Polygon looking really solid.
Yeah, they're having silly goose time. Some silly goose time here on the side of Cathedral. He's been having fun. 5-0 start. I mean, he's essentially single-handedly carrying the team in this game. So with that said, blue side this time around, actually yet another Drake for them. So the priority is in their hands. Their bot lane is kind of pokey, so they're able to find plays in the mid lane and then collapse on objectives. And that's the way to play. Ren W's away their captain on the chase. Cathedral does not find the knockup. He does have the ulti, though, available.
Fiora, though, does have that mythic spike there, has that divine sunburst, so going to be really winning this lane until the Aurelia can finish up that Blade of the Rune King, which she won't have for the next little bit. She is very behind the curve compared to this Fiora, who was able to get some plates, able to get a decent CS advantage, and also able to push down. And this Rek'Sai's just been a monster helping out, making sure this Fiora will be the one winning this lane, guaranteed.
Yeah, Ruzi under fire. This is level 8 into level 10. Echo forces the flash from Ruzi. Ruzi under the turret. The Q knocking up Echo, but at the end of the day, Echo does find a kill here. Serment CS on the 1v3. Bullet time comes in, raining right in his face. Too much damage to walk away from, and too many people he could handle.
And that's just the power of perma-ganking an Aurelia. And when she's behind, she can't really outplay the dive very, very well. She doesn't have enough sustain, and it's looking really rough, but they're going on Echo? No.
This game's much closer than we might have expected. I mean, yes, there's a huge goal lead now building for Polygon, but Entropyfi are making some plays happen, at least, to say the least, right? But it's only singular plays, right? Not like back-to-back plays, and everybody on their side, besides the support, has only one kill. But speaking of one kill, Drylight pops the E to stay alive here. Echo,
oh my,
does have a lot of damage, but did not have Chrono Break, so he didn't want to really fully commit there.
Chrono Break is really important for Echo's combo. You know, having that little bit of extra safety, really important. But Unleash Teleport's now available, so we can see some TP plays on the bot side, but Ruzi cannot fight this. Gotta run away. That's a fed Fiora. Get out of there, my friend.
Yeah, Fiora at this point is definitely silent threat. Speaking of silent threat, Joao Lily finds the assassination on a lonely misfortune captain. 420 might find the outplay though. What question mark right there? You already know they're pinging that.
That's Eclipse Shield. That Eclipse Shield was actually just enough to keep Captain alive, and this game is not looking super great. Objective bounties are available, so if they can maybe try and grab those up, they might have a solid chance here. 4-man rotation, Aurelia needs to notice this and try and get this top tower.
Oh, here we go, the quickness pop from the Rakan just to buy some more time. Ruzi just does not want any of that smoke. Simply walks away to stay alive. Sir Jam Master is here as well. Brand even didn't do damage there, so Brand is scary, mind you. Yes, on the other side they have the Fizz, but you got the Brand from Polygon. He's gonna be able to do a lot of damage here. Ward goes to the top side. Serment CS. Oh, Vanguard's Edge goes wide. Not like this. You hate to see that. Serment CS has nothing better to do now than go back to the fountain. Speaking of that, Got a bot lane action breaking out. Batten out the hatches because this is getting violent very quickly. Chrono Break used, bullet time used as well. Ruzi will live. They're going to be able to live with the skin of their teeth, but the dive is here. The E on target does find the double, and Zach passive pop. Ren is here, but he can't do anything. W does connect this. Echo putting in a lot of work. He goes in for more. He goes in for seconds. Captain is here for reinforcement as they almost do find yet another kill. Ren is just living here with what's the HP on that? Let me double check.
God.
Less than 200. It was less than 100 for sure at one point. Now TP is coming through here as well.
Uh-oh.
Echo is like, okay, wait a minute. You know, you guys do know I got TP, right? You guys do know I got TP. I'm coming back.
Oh, no. Polygon looking to come back here in week 2, trying to getting their first victory. 0-1 to start off the week, looking to make it 1-1, denying that 2-0 start here for the side of Entropyfi. So they're looking to grab this up right here. Shelly going for the charge, but they might have found a catch.
Zach misses the combo, unfortunate, but Sermon CS will find the kill here. Zach is just buying enough time to E for the knockup. Roll
mana.
Does not have anything. It will flash over the wall. Did he just get away like that? The getaway plan seemed to work. World is evading all these attacks. Yet another blast going, and there it is. They're out. They're safe.
But the good thing is Aurelia at least picked up a shutdown, so she's back in this game. Looking to grab up the Blade of the Rune King, might be able to have some side lane pressure, will be able to deal with the MF coming up, but the Fizz now has that Luden's Tempest as well, so, you know, maybe they can make something happen here. They are, you know, not having the greatest time here. They do have to get up in the enemy team's face to actually deal damage. That's really scary running into an MF brand, especially when they are so far ahead.
Yeah, the MF at this point in time hurts. Everybody really hurts. Now turret bounties are online, and Joe Lily is trying to catch something, trying to catch a break here. With the turret down in the mid lane, he also has to be careful as to not get collapsed on, and that's what seems to be happening. Is E to maneuver around, but you really can't run away from Rek'Sai.
Not with Prowler's Claw. I can gap close, and Rek'Sai also building towards that Guardian's Angel for the second item here.
They got so much priority now on the Rift. They're going to move their attention now onto the bot side neutral objective for the third time.
Oh no, that's Soul Point here at 17 minutes. That's a 21-minute Soul. Or 23-minute Soul, rather. That is not ideal there. Ooh, that is scary. I'm scared. I'd be scared. That's an MF
What are
brand.
you most scared about? So, I mean, inside this game or outside, you know? Because I know my girlfriend is scared of spider the other day. We saw one, but instead of killing it, she said, "Can you take it out?" And I did. You know, we got a couple of drinks. He's pretty cool, and he tells me that he's a web developer. He works as a web developer.
Lovely. That's a good one. That's actually a good one.
Anyway, slip that one.
Oh
in
no,
there.
no! Don't let him steal it.
Roy,
He gets it.
Roy is gonna get knocked up there. The Cathedral is here. These are just like loaded champions on their side. All to escape, trying to evade oncoming attacks. But Ren making a bolt for the door with a quickness, trying to frontline some of that damage. Brand doing a lot here. That AP damage taken in. Leandri's. Say goodbye to your HP, my friend.
Oh my god, the Fizz emote as the Fizz ulti misses? Come on. Don't do him like that. But, oh, Ruzi going in.
Hey, Ruzi. Ruzi gotta go slow here, but the Yasuo does the Yasuo things and does find the shutdown at the end of the day.
Uh-oh, this looks like a fight in the top side.
Yeah, World is pretty strong here. Joa Lily again getting caught out by that Rek'Sai. He just has his name written all over him. Rolled on a 1v2. Zach can't do much here, especially after missing the combo with the Q, the ult. He does not have it available, so he's just trying to go in. But you know, they're like two supports for Fiora. Fiora is like, okay, I really don't mind this. I could go all day, but the turret is making me go walk back. So it's not really you, it's me. But World's still putting a lot of damage, timing the ability correctly. And now here comes the Echo for the cleanup. And this is going to be cleanup on aisle 9. Maybe Ruzi could do something here. Chrono Break used on the Echo. Goes for more. The E does land. The slows comes out. And Ruzi not going to be able to find salvation here. And Cathedral. Okay, can you do anything? Last Breath was unavailable. Ruzi. Ooh, just everybody's getting deleted as soon as they spawn.
Unlucky. And Sephiroth just played that so well, getting all the vitals. And that's a fed Fiora. You can't 1v2 her. You need to 1v3 her. You need to 1v4 her. Try and find some way. And the thing is, every time they tried to go in, they only had one form of CC available because the Vanguard's Edge whiffed, so that means it has to go on the Zac to land that elastic slingshot. But you know what that means? There's only one form of CC? Oh, I can just press my riposte, deal with that. And then by the time Rakan showed up after the Aurelia died, it's only the Grand Entrance available. So, again, I can riposte that. So, this Fiora playing like a monster here, and just taking over the side lane, basically unkillable, 0 deaths as well, the only deathless member on either team, so it's popping off. But Yohalele,
Oh, Yohalele, that's a bullet time interrupted, though. Yohalele might find redemption, but okay. All right, not like that.
Wait.
I mean, Ignite might be able to pick up the kill, nonetheless. It's not going to do the job, though.
oh, close.
Yeah, Misfortune does walk away with that.
Strut away, get away with that. But in him down, so they're gonna try and farm this up here. Their wave clear is not very solid, but you know, at least it's income. Income is something. And the Yasuo bumming up relatively decently, especially compared to the lane partner. So not behind too much gold actually. I had 1,000 gold realistically, so
Yeah.
he's in a great spot coming forward. It's unfortunate that the Fiora is so fed, 9.4k, that no one's even.
Oh, it's gonna get dicey. Gonna get dicey. Oh my god, yeah. Zac, all right, the passive is just gonna be a proc like that. Easy peasy. Rue's gonna get again annihilated. He's erased. Now Quickness uses disengage tool, and Ren can't do damage. It's a Rakan, so calm down. But Yohalele may be able to find a kill at least even out the trade. Super close, double for Yohalele. That was an understatement to be saying that he could have found a kill. He actually does. He's just trying to juke him around the blast cone, though, for the MVP play there. Cathedral is going to be sticking on you like American glue.
I like the movement. I like the fancy footwork. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. They're too far behind. 28-9. Okay, Aurelia, all you. Never mind.
Yep, that's just going to be GG. Polygon just need to focus on the base, on the Nexus at this point in time, and Ruzi cannot do anything to answer. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. 1-0. For at least 1-1 scoreline, we're looking for Polygon as they do find a victory here in the second week.
Going 1-1 now. They have something rolling for themselves now, so they are not out of this just yet. They can make it work. We'll see if they're able to coming up, though. But Entropyfi, unfortunately, do falter here. I mean, we did see some good looks, though. The bot lane looking really, really strong. But on the side of Polygon, their top lane looking really solid. Their jungle duo also working really well together. So, I mean, if they keep focusing on that, I think they definitely have a really solid chance coming up.
Well, you know what that means now. We got a tie in Group B. We don't got a tie in Group A just yet, at least. Actually, we do. Crypto Nove and Diversify are tied. And
They need to face each other.
They need to face each other at some point in time. But yeah, this was a close one, and it kind of got out of hand, right, for Entropyfi. They tried everything here. Last week, they came out on top because they had a scaling comp. Maybe that's what's been working for them. Maybe we should stick to that. Draft the Veigar, draft some scaling, late scale comp for you. Maybe team fighting. They did have the right idea in mind with the last breath on Ruzi, right? The Yasuo interaction with the quickness, with the knockout from Rakan, and the knockout from Zac. We didn't see it happen at all. Like, we didn't even see a full-on 5v5
It didn't have a chance. It was too far behind.
Yeah,
Unlucky.
Split push was strong. So, kudos for Polygon for that first game. So we're going to take a short break. We're not going to be too long. We'll be right back with the second game on our schedules. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn back now. We know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Only just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We gonna light it up. Rising with each beat of the music is bringing little flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full, I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive, we're just listening, we're existing. We stay when the music plays, but drop it low and the people sway. Rising with each beat of the music is bringing little flames in the fire that keeps burning. We're inviting the night in. Welcome, my heart so full, I'm devoting myself to the night. There's no motive, we're just listening, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all in a fantasy? Where are you now? Were you only imaginary? Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea, under the sea. Where are you now? Another dream. The monster's running right inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. Where are you now? Where are you now? I'm burning bright but faded lights. You've set my heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? I'm burning bright but faded lights. You've set my heart on fire. Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Atlantis, under the sea, under the sea. Where are you now? Another dream. The monster's running right inside of me. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. I'm faded. So lost. I'm faded. So it's not easy, I must admit. They really don't want you to see. They don't want you to see. But when it's dark at night, it gets harder for them.
Hey everybody, we are back. But before we dive right into the games, I know you all been waiting for that. We're just gonna let some people catch up here, get into the lobby, waiting for them to join us shortly here. But before we get in, Salt, let's talk a little bit about what we have been seeing so far, what's been working for teams. What is the meta in DeFi Legends?
Well, so far, I've seen a lot of carry top laners come out. The Fiora, the Aurelia, the Camille, things like that have been really, really prominent here. But also, carry junglers, the Xin Zhao, very prominent. Although the nerfs might have hit him a little bit. I haven't seen him this week yet. But, Hecarim, still on the table. I think he's been banned a couple times too. But in the bot lane, especially, Zeri's been permanently banned. So, that meta is gone because Zeri is just not allowed to be played, although the Jinx prio has dropped a little bit, and I will expect it to drop even more because it is being nerfed next patch. But supports have been all over the place. We've seen enchanters, we've seen engage supports, and same with the mid lane. It's just been a ocean of champions. We've seen Fizz, Yasuo, mages too, a little bit of everything. So the only two defining pieces I see in the meta are top and jungle. Everything else is all over the place, or top jungle AD. Everything else all over the place. There's no solidified meta. It's only been 2 weeks. So in order for us to see an actual meta defined, we'll have to wait till that halfway point when we can actually determine what really works when everyone's faced each other at least once.
No, yeah, you say it right. Like, it's been only 2 weeks, right? So we can't just say, okay, this is the meta.
Exactly.
We could just be like, okay, this is what we've been seeing so far. We're seeing a lot of jinxes. We're seeing that supports going actually in the mid lane sometimes. The karmas, right? The karmas of the world. And then other than that, we've also been seeing some split push comps coming out, like the Echo, the Fiora. I think it's not the first time we've seen a Fiora, but
nope, definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not. So the Yasuo has been a popular pick here as well, not necessarily in the mid lane, but also in the bot lane.
And I guess the Yasuo is just a champion you can flex on. You want to make your mechanics look good. That's a champion you play if you want to look good on stage. But the problem with Yasuo is you really do need to build around the comp, or build around the champion if you are going to pick that. So I did like the way that that Entropyfi built around it, but they just didn't execute on it properly, and unfortunately, that is what led them to that loss, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and teams like even if teams when they lose the first week or the second week, they also should be like, okay, you know, this is workable. Like we could change some of the things that we're seeing. You know, just because you lose one game does not like necessarily say that your team isn't set for it. Your team is not ready. Like it's just a competition, right? So there's a lot of improvement to be made here and there, and some people might be ahead of the curve. Some people are just catching up, and who's to say that playing Yasuo mid lane is always going to be good? Who's to say that playing Jinx bot lane is always going to be good? You just gotta have to like be also limit testing your team as much as you can if you are ahead, because some other teams are going to be catching up with you because they are putting in the practice.
We are getting the ready check from both teams very shortly, so we will be heading over to draft. But from either of these teams, I just want to see some good play. I want to see, you know, just a little bit more synergy, because that's obviously going to be lacking week one. Unless you've been scrimming for like months and months, you know, you're not expected to be playing super well together. But you've had a little bit of time now. You've also had stage games, so those nerves should be out there, should be a little more comfortable. You are getting close to that halfway point, though, so,
yeah,
you know, a little bit more synergy is very important here. Now, which ranks matter quite a bit here, but synergy matters a lot as well. So even if the rank disparity is really high, as long as that synergy disparity is a lot closer, or you guys are the ones with the lead in that respect, you definitely have a solid chance, because that's what matters, and macro play revolves around synergy, or revolves around trust.
Yeah, it revolves around trust, it revolves around synergy, and how much are you able to communicate? Because sometimes you don't want to clog up the comms as well, right? You don't want to be like in the comms yelling things that are not necessary. So you have to work on communications. And there's two schools of thought. Like some people want more communication, some people want zero or not zero, but some people want
clear comms.
Yeah, clear comms, or if in an ideal world everybody just does the same thing and thinks the same way, right? So you don't have to communicate on the play. So that's why we're seeing sometimes like questionable plays happen, like poor execution. Like the idea is there, so the shot caller or the team was like, okay, let's do this, but then it ends up not going the way that they want it to go, just for apparent reasons. But so we're just going to be readying up right now to start drafts. What are we going to expect here for B1? Now, Ampleforth are going to be on the blue side, and they did win their game last week, and the Lulu was detrimental in their efforts.
So, I'd say look for a strong ADC again. They got the Zeri last week, right? So, if they can get it again, we'll roll with it. I think that's definitely the play. If not, hey, go for the Jinx. I think going on those hyper carries is going to be the goal here, because hyper carries are the current meta. You play for the hyper carry, and you have a one split pusher.
All right, well, we'll dive right in it then. So we got the split pushers of the world. We got the dive comp. The Hecarim was a great pick last week as well. And I just want to see great jungler. Junglers pathing and junglers setting up for camps, maybe invading. You know, the Janna top lane was a thing in the last patch. If you weren't around in the last patch, then you're lucky.
It did get nerfed, thank God. Oh
yeah,
my
thank God. It's not available, and it's not viable anymore. But yet another Vex ban. We've been seeing a couple of Vexes as well. I mean, on the ban list, we're seeing some control mages out as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we get like a Syndra mid lane here or Ryze mid lane. So far, it's been kind of Corkis. We've been seeing no Gwens though. You know, people are like now like, well, who's Gwen or what's Gwen? I have not seen a Japanese cartoon show. I don't know who Gwen is. So people are now like forgetting all about that champion.
Well, the nerfs did hit her really hard. Losing that bonus damage on monsters means she can't really walk down to those camps and just clear them really easily anymore.
Yeah.
When she's top lane, because she does lose most matchups now. And she also lost 50 range out of the 100 range on her bonus attack range. So, I mean, she's a lot less safe when going for those really aggressive trades. She can't space nearly as far, and I think that just makes her auto range basically Aurelia's when she presses that E. It used to be higher because Aurelia has 200 range, and most melees have 100 range. So when Gwen would use that E, it would go up to 200. So the Aurelia, she would be matching that auto range, or maybe a little bit higher, something along those lines, but because of that, she doesn't have that added safety, and now she's more susceptible to getting run down because she can't really kite around those skill shots because she doesn't have that extra range. So that's why she's basically been pushed out of the meta, a lot less safe.
A lot less safe to pick. Now Vladimir, interestingly, is banned as well as Diana. This is the second time we're seeing no Diana and no Zed. I mean, Zed is not in a good place right now.
There it is.
Solo queue, but you could do a lot with it. Now this is the Zeri pick. Yeah,
Again.
another Zeri. It has been very popular this tournament. So DeFi Legends as well as Jinx. So, you know, trademark DeFi Legends here in the second week. And now we're going to get a Galio. I love seeing this champion in 5v5s. If anyone out there is a Galio main, yo, you're a different breed, man. You know, different
Very
different
selfless.
wavelength. Yeah, very selfless. Usually they're very nice as well. I mean, that's not to
Ooh,
say
the
that another
Leona.
player is less nice, but Flaccid is playing literally his main, Leona. All right, so gonna be happy about that one for sure. It's gonna be better than the Lulu. I'll tell you that.
It's a lot more exciting than the Lulu, that's for sure. Also has a lot more kill pressure. But I mean, they didn't need that kill pressure. They were just able to get kills for no reason last week. So we'll definitely see how this aggressiveness helps out a little bit more here. But gonna be that Mordekaiser locked in, a nice stat check champion picked up here for the side of Ampleforth. We'll see what the response is.
Yeah, we'll see how the response is gonna pan out here. Philip Sachs on the Mordekaiser, I'm assuming here, flexing it over the top lane and maybe even jungle if you're feeling
It could
kind of
work.
lucky. It could work.
You have to run the ghost though.
Against certain champions, it could definitely work. This champion is very, very solid. And, you know, what I like about Mordekaiser the most is his passive. And I could relate to him because, you know what his passive reads, Celt?
Is it the main of sovereignty or something?
No, his passive reads, Mordekaiser cloaks himself with negative energy. I mean, who can't relate to that, right? Who can't relate to that? You know, some people cloak themselves with chat energy. That's what probably Brahm's passive should read. But Mordekaiser, you know, I relate to it. It's all good. It's all good. Bolly, you here on the Jinx. This is going to be something to watch out for as well. We talked a little bit about it, but, you know, Sal, walk us through this comp. What are we going to see here? What are we going to expect macro, micro-wise?
They're playing for this Jinx. They have a Galio. They have Morgana. They're looking to just make this Jinx carry the game all on their shoulders. But with the Mordekaiser, that's a lot harder because he can deny one of those pieces. He can deny the Jinx. He can deny the Galio or the Morgana. Just ult them. And Morgana can only spell shield once. And if the Leona baits the spell shield, Mordekaiser can just flash forward, ulti a priority target, and make it a lot harder to deal with. But overall, I do see a lot of aggressiveness coming through from Ampleforth. PocketNetwork, though, playing that peel game, playing that long-range game. But the thing is, they don't really win that war all that well because they can get forced on pretty easily.
Yeah. Let's see. The Morgana here, you know, I do like it into the Leona. It's going to make this Leona
It's a good lane counter.
Very, very good lane counter. You know, we've seen this matchup before, I feel like, me and you, Salt, and it definitely went in favor of the Morgana in the bot lane, and nobody really did anything to the ADC, because Leona would go in, insta black shield there to the ADC.
I really like this.
Gnar.
This
That's a Gnar
Jarvan pick.
Oh, you're talking about the Jarvan. Okay. I mean, is it going to be the pick, though? They're hovering over it. Maybe they're teasing.
It's really solid here because the backline is right now looking like Morgana Jinx. So you just ult them because you can't deny the Jarvan ulti with a spell shield. That doesn't do anything. It's a wall. You can't deny a wall. So that just LeBlanc is okay here.
Yeah.
But if they do, I would actually really like to see PocketNetwork flex that Morgana to the mid lane because
Jarvan pick at the end of the day too.
Morgana's known as a LeBlanc counter. So if you do that, really important there. LeBlanc has to run at you in a straight line. So Morgana just toss the Q, toss the W, toss the E, I run away. And you take a bunch of damage and I win the trade. So definitely something very important to see here. If this is the flex that I'm thinking, I really want to see this Galio in the support role. I really do. I think it's a lot better here.
So, which one is it going to be, right? Which one is going to be the mid laner here in this scenario? Is Amumu going to be the support? Is Morgana going to go in the mid lane? Because like I said, Morgana into the Leona is ideal matchup, ideal scenario.
It is an ideal matchup.
PocketNetwork.
But I think the Morgana into the LeBlanc is a lot stronger because you deny the LeBlanc snowball potential in the mid lane, right? And denying that, keeping that Jinx a lot safer because, again, you have a low damage comp. You don't really have all that much damage coming through from PocketNetwork. It's literally all on this Jinx to carry the game. So denying this LeBlanc assassination attempt is going to be very important. So I really want this Morgana to be mid. Probably not going to happen, but I mean, I just think it's a lot better there.
Well, we'll see. I think also Galio in the mid lane. I
Solid
think
counter,
It makes me also think that Galio was picked for that. I do like the Galio into anything really that it's not like too pokey. So I don't mind seeing either or.
I would
either
say
the Morgana
that's
or the
fine
Galio.
on 7
No.
ping. But this is on like 1730 ping, so the Galio is not nearly as safe of a counter as it would be. Morgana's counter is a lot easier to deal, or a lot easier to work with on high or normal to high ping, right?
Yeah.
Because the Q is going to land no matter what. The LeBlanc will have enough time to double you back during her trade, and Galio will not be able to get that taunt off. So something to... Yes, in pro play, definitely, Galio really solid counter there, but it's the ping difference, right? You're not going to be playing at pro level, you're not playing at 1 ping.
Yeah,
So.
but at least you know, Salt, they didn't pick Victor into LeBlanc, which would
Oh,
have
no.
which
Oh,
would have
no,
been
no,
a
no.
sad day. You know, it's like the extreme threat here for Victor, but nonetheless, it's gonna be fun to watch out. Let's see what happens. Mind you, that LeBlanc was picked after the Galio, so maybe then. Ampleforth was like, yeah, for sure, the Galio is not gonna go in the mid lane. Who plays Galio mid anymore? It's 2022. Wake up. But
Galio mid has been picked recently.
it has been seeing a lot more play just barely recently, right?
Predator.
So it used
Predator.
to be
That's why.
really good. Yeah, Predator you could just build and then you could target the backline. You're running very fast. It's the same thing as kind of like having Event Horizon on Veigar and also going for those catches. So it's kind of like the same
Exactly.
idea. But this time around you're playing more that support and more that tanky mid laner here. And with the Jinx, you know, you need anything at that point to peel her. If you're throwing bodies at your opponents, that's even better. Jinx could get to live. And if Jinx is living here and Moharis does not find the full burst within LeBlanc against this Jinx, it's going to be a problem for the entire lineup from Ampleforth, because Zeri maybe could have 1v1 against the Jinx, but both of them are that hyper carry, that strong carries that are going to be able to get that torch and be the front runners for their team and probably top the charts at the end of the game.
Yeah, we'll see how it works. I think the Zeri here are going to have a pretty solid time here. It's really hard to lock her down. She has a lot of mobility built into her kit. She moves at the speed of sound, and with her build, her damage is super AoE, and guess what? The entirety of PocketNetwork is going to be grouped up. They have to peel this Jinx, they have to stand in front of her, but if they're standing in front of her, they're letting
Yeah.
damage being dealt behind them, because that's how Zeri works.
Well, all right. Well, gonna take a short break this time around. We're not gonna be too long, actually. We're gonna be right back. So this time around, I'm also gonna upload different highlights because I think we all saw those highlights. I probably remember every play because we played it probably so much. But that said, though, we're gonna be right back. And for the teams and for the audience who are just watching and you are supporting teams, you know, comment down below who you think is going to win. And Salt, what's your pick here going into it? Who do you think is gonna come out on top?
Gotta go with Ampleforth. All they gotta do is get that Jarvan combo onto the Jinx, and you can't peel that anymore. The Zeri's gonna be able to kite around, deal that damage, and the Jinx is just stuck, while the LeBlanc can do as much damage as she wants. So I'm gonna give it to Ampleforth.
Well, we'll see what happens with that said, Legend. We'll be right back. The second game of second week. So that's a goal in 2-2 right there. We'll be right back.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down the night. Coming just like the sunrise. You know that we gonna light it up tonight. We gonna light it up, baby. Tonight we gonna light it up. Just like the sunrise, we gonna light it up. Just like a spark that's breaking out. Can't make a stop, can't turn
that was a wrong screen. But just give us a second here. But we are in. We are good to go. We are live. We're at the outside of the game, of the match between these two giants right now. And let's see if PocketNetwork are able to run away with this game, or Ampleforth are going to be the ones to take it away, because the scoreline so far for them is that they are 1-0.
Yep. They are 1-0. Ampleforth looking really solid here coming into week number 2. They had a decisive win week 1. It looked very one-sided there, but we'll see if they're able to make it work here. Very defensive draft on the side of PocketNetwork, though. Ampleforth, though, very aggressive. That's what they're looking for here. Cleanse on League Observer. I really like that. I think it's really solid here, but the mid laner Galio, actually, he did it again. So we saw him last week bring the Conqueror here, went the Rift Maker, and unfortunately didn't pay dividends. Maybe he'll be able to make it work here. This is a better matchup, but we'll find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out right now, and the graphics are going to be updated shortly as well, so do not worry about that at all, as it does take some time here. But, you know, so far so good, though. Both teams are showing up here to win, and we got to just support that energy. We got to support them here on their goal for that. And, you know, going into this matchup, we're talking about that Conqueror Galio. What do we think about that?
I just think against the LeBlanc specifically, you're not going to be able to proc it. She's going to be able to run away. You have to land basically 6 attack/abilities in succession to actually proc it, because it's 12 stacks, and an ability gives 12 melee auto, gives 2 melee auto gives 2.
Yeah.
So again, 6 abilities/autos to actually proc it, and with the LeBlanc trading patterns, you're not ever going to be able to proc it unless you're playing against the Mordekaiser or the Galio, or the Jarvan. Ooh, nice attempt.
Yeah, nice attempt there. We got the top lane trade as well. The Gnar into the Mordekaiser. Usually Mordekaiser's really, really good on the 1v1s, right? You really can't do much to shut him off. And this Gnar, it has to play around his Mega Gnar, right? The bar here. So we'll see how Gimme That Cash is able to handle it. Because last week, they were playing the Camille, and they were causing so much havoc on the Rift. Let's see if they're going to be able to do the same on this champion.
Oh.
Flash burned already. Electrocute comes through. Okay, Mahora's gonna be happy with that trade.
Definitely there. But the Magic Shield now available, but going forward. Oh no!
Ooh, Regi or Reko.
Missed the chains. If those chains hit, that's a kill. And both are, but guess what? LeBlanc has a TP, so this is fine. She trades back, gets to base, only comes back with boots though. Not super great.
Yeah, Rico Ignore almost got that kill. I mean, both mid-laners got the kill over out on each other. So the Galio,
very close.
However, did not recall here, so overstaying a bit. But Mahoras does not have the flash, already burning the TP to get back into the lane.
The Zeri, though, having a pretty solid time here in this lane. LeBlanc going in, might find the kill here.
Oh, yeah. Why would you want to stay? But, yep, that's what
he needs
happens.
to shove the wave in.
Yeah.
He didn't get it in time, so he overstayed. He wasn't willing to sack the wave, and unfortunately, that does cost him his life. And
sometimes you just gotta sack the wave.
TP advantage, yeah. Like, if you recognize your enemy laner has TP, you just gotta say, I can't fix this wave. I gotta go. Gotta go home. Gotta make sure I come back with a decent reset. Sure, it's gonna be less, but it's something. And having something is always better than nothing and giving a kill.
Now, speaking of something, Flaccid wants to go and at least force out those cooldowns on the Black Shield, you know. Just because they could do that, you know, you don't want to just idly sit by. That's why they're aptly named Leona.
They're going in.
Does connect. Now, this second time around, now flashes pop. Chase is good, though. League Observer does not get binded. So, in turn, he does find the kill here. Now to 2v2. Again, League Observer now under a lot of trouble. Philip Sachs is here to alleviate some of that pressure. Mumu gets knocked up and rooted here. We'll go flashless. Maybe to safety here. One more auto attack should do it. Philip Sachs.
Jarvan has E. Jarvan has E.
Oh, there it is. Philip Sachs will find the kill eventually. That's a 3-0 start for Ampleforth.
That's a great look there from Phillips. Great rotation. Just great counter gank overall, and the Leona recognizing that, hey, Morgana has no spell shield. I can go in now. So great bait from the spell shield in the first place, and then just walking back in, knowing that you have about a 8-second window to just go for the engage. Super great plays coming in.
Super great plays, and You know, we talked a little bit about this in the beginning. We expected that this mid lane was going to be countering the LeBlanc, but in fact, 2 solo kills on LeBlanc right now into the Galio. And Aspect LOL here, taken kind of low, so give me that cash, I would say, is so far favored on this 1v1s and is getting away with the trade. So we'll see if any of the junglers are going to make their way here over the top side to not make it an island anymore.
Mordekaiser does hit level 6 on this wave, so it's going to be really hard to gank, because even if the Gnar does hit Mega, you're in the Death Realm now.
Yeah.
Have fun. And if the Mumu ganks, hey, you're in the Death Realm, and you're 2 levels down. Have fun, buddy. So, ganking this top side going to be really rough. In fact, there's only going to be Phillips who's going to be able to gank here up in this top side. Not much that the Amumu can do, because, again, it's an Amumu who's 2 levels down to a Mordekaiser. Feels bad, man. That's about it.
Yeah, and I do like this type of pick here in the top lane, because you have that get out of jail free card, not as the one that we see the Echo has for the Chrono Break, for example, right? That one is definitely get out of jail free card, but as far as give me that cash alt is concerned, he's able to make a 2v1, a 1v1, and that's where Mordekaiser kind of shines. So if any ganks were to happen, they needed to happen now. Compared to later. Now, oof, there it is. The trades. We're talking about the Galio, not that reaching that level 6 yet. But once he does, he's going to go to that river and maybe pop the ulti here. Prioritizing the bot lane would be ideal. Speaking of that, Leona gets rooted up.
I guess, nope. They don't really have the damage, unfortunately. They can chunk Leona, but can't really do much besides that. Majora's though might get caught out. Never mind.
Gonna E away, but maybe if he would have went in, that possibly could have been a shutdown on the LeBlanc. But everybody's in the vicinity, everybody's in the area.
Always got to be wary of that here, but this Mordekaiser is chilling. Did get the better base off, has more components towards that Mythic Rush, which is very important, having that. But Cash looks like he's going in for the Death Realm fight. Never mind.
And Philip Sachs has a Cataclysm. Goes in. This is just a beautiful setup. The Jarvan finding the second kill in the game as well. This is a 5-0. Ampleforth are just controlling this game right out of the gate. League Observer, this is another 2v2. Deja vu for a Bully 19. He's going to be chunked lower as he goes. Auto attacks, the abilities are connecting. League Observer under the turret almost. Even going to get the double lightning crash. Gets level 6. But no, not like that. Tower shot follows. That's the Morgana outplay in the bot lane. Are you kidding me? With the double.
Oh, the level up is huge. Keeps him alive for just enough. Gets the HP back and just win. Don't
That's
know
what
about that
I
one,
call
buddy.
over greedy. Give me that cash. Finds a golden opportunity to go in. Aspect does not have that. Making a girl flash the Q to stay alive. Okay, all right. I see you with the moves. Breaking some ankles. But now, give me that cash. Flashes for the Q, but not enough damage to close out that gap. Close out that kill. And Aspect will live for now. Philip Sachs invading the jungle. This is aggressive pathing from Philip Sachs. Might end up biting the dust as Rekiko with the heroic entrance. Here he comes. The knockup is good. The root is good as well. Philip Sachs gonna get taunted. The Q will do the rest. The bandage toss for the kill. But Mahoras is going in steady with the aim. Target was Galio, and he is found. That's the double for Mahoras. Off to a great start. Snowballing on this LeBlanc.
And they should be able to get out here. They have the Leona around. Okay, movement. This area, wait, they're going in.
League Observer is here as well. Are they able to do this? The ults come through. Morgana does not find it. Bully U19. Prime's trying to find some damage here. The Q just goes wide a little bit. Mahoras will be able to live. And W just for some poke on the side of Morgana. It's not going to be the fight, though.
Nope, and Majora is able to walk away again. 9 Dark Skill stacks in 9 minutes. One more, and then Medjai's becomes worthwhile. So this LeBlanc having a really solid time here, and the bot lane also playing like monsters here. But look, Amumu, bot side.
Mumu, what are you going to do here? He gets engaged on. He did not expect that coming out right now. Stunts coming through now. That's a 3v4. Not looking that good. Ampleforth are steady with the dock still. Cocking back and aiming right to the heads of the other side. And now PocketNetwork going to get annihilated. Their race completely neutralized. 11-3. Ampleforth are finding themselves a great lane. A solo pull on the top lane. Aspect LOL says, I've had enough with you, Mordecai. Just stop doing that.
Yeah, that's just a stat check of Mega Gnar, you know. If you don't have the Death Orb to deal with that stat check, you sort of just lose, because with the buffs that happened last season, Gnar became meta because of those Mega Gnar changes, which made him a lot stronger. As he's a good ranged bully, but his Mega sucked. Now it does not suck. You get so much armor, you get so much HP, super hard to deal with, and this LeBlanc, though, having a really solid time, looking for really aggressive trades in the mid lane, has that Magi's built 15 stacks already on that Book of Souls.
Ooh, just look at that.
Add
Again,
another few more pages.
let's call this the game of solo kills. How about that? What do we think about this title? Solo kills.
A lot of solo bolos.
Yeah, a lot of solo bolos happening here. At least for the LeBlanc, it feels like just having a field day. This is supposedly the counter, right? For Galio, it was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna lock that right in. Maybe they'll play LeBlanc. By the way, Galio was blinded here. Not that.
Was blinded.
Yeah, it was blinded. So if anything, Mahora's was like, I'll it's an ego pick more than anything, right? Going into the Galio. But you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, the heroic entrance, we see that Galio was using that quite well in the beginning here.
Oh.
Speaking of that, heroic interest is definitely needed right now. It's on a cooldown, so no help from the mid laner. That's just gonna be too bad for the
Ouch.
Momo. Ouch.
That's rough, buddy. Boo-moo, you little sad mummy, no friends, only enemies this game. Not having a great one. But Flaccid and League Observer looking for another play, but Majora's going to be forced to burn that clone passive. No mind games here, but for the most part, looking really solid here for the side of Ampleforth. They're looking like this is a commanding game. And Mega Gnar's been hit, but they have Philip up in the top side. The Majora's too. They can look for the dive. They're going for it.
Cataclysm is available right now, but Mega Gnar finds a triple stun on the return. It's not even enough to get away. Give me that cash with the kill. Morgana, what are you able to do right now? You got the ulti, you got the exhaust. They might try to push you here. Don't let them push you.
Uh-oh.
2 GRA now. The heroic entrance, the Momo ult is not used here. I don't think they really want to use it. He has it. I don't know why they're not throwing it out yet. And now it's going to come down. Philip Sachs is going to give me that cash as well. Mega Death Rocket does not connect. Reko is going to go down as well. That's the double for give me that cash on a rampage.
LeBlanc does lose a lot of those Dark Seals or Magi's stacks, so that feels pretty bad. But they are able to trade it 1 for 2. You take those, even though you do lose some book stacks. You got a lot of gold in your back pocket, so might as well spend a little bit of it. Almost there on that mythic item spike. So getting that's really important. But look, Aspect might look for Philip. Oh no,
Speaking of
fight.
looking and bot side look, but again, they're going to go for round 2. Philip does not have a lot of mana. He has to be careful. Aspect does not have the genie out of the bottle just yet. Will not find the kill as a result. Will go down. Philip flashes away, still lives.
That is huge. Living there. The Gnar needs this gold because he's so far behind in CS, not able to play the game. But look, a Mumu top again. Not too much to be found here, but this Galio, as you said, not having the greatest time in lane. Majora's playing this lane absolutely wonderfully, having a great time here. 7-1-4 is the scoreline, stacking up that Book of Souls as fast as possible. And oh, look at that. That was just WQ trade. That was like at least a third of his HP gone in an instant.
No,
they're going for the dive.
Throwing out the Black Shield, preemptively used with Lightning Crash, finding a lot of that damage. They are connecting the abilities at the end of the day. League Observer with 1. Maybe we're going to go for seconds on the return. You got to be careful. You don't want to end up like last time where Morgana got that double. League Observer, they're proxy farming, they're proxy killing. I don't know, but going to force him to go over the wall there. He says, ciao, the big adios.
Get out of there. That's wait. Majora's walked back into that. Don't think it matters, though. The Galio does not have the damage yet. Building towards that. Banshee's Veil already has the Verdant Barrier.
Oh, right on the dot. Bally, you. Did they spot him there? Was there a war there?
There was no war. There's no vision.
There was no vision.
I was blind.
That was
it's just
blind
a
prediction.
Great predict.
Nicely done. Phenomenal out there. At least something in the book.
It's actually pretty solid prediction there, because you have a 1 in 3 chance of figuring out where the LeBlanc or where the Leona is going to base, right? She's only going to base.
Jinx is walling, bro. Like, there's no way you're going to guess that. I mean, that is just, I guess, a lucky. It's
pick. A 1 for 3 guess. But they do get this tower. That's an objective bounty in their back pocket. So, it's 100 extra gold for everyone on the team. You take those every day of the week because you're so far behind. Anything you can get. Uh-oh.
Oof, Galio is just literally flashing under his own turret. That's not a good sign. Not a good sign at all.
That is not a good sign. No.
Goes back for some more. But this time around knocks out Majora's. They're in a lot of trouble. Flip Sacks in the bot lane. He does have the Cataclysm already used, and now he doesn't. And now the Sad Mummy comes in, has to flash out, does have this ulti. Solar Flare comes through. The sun might shine here in the bot lane, but Leona says, maybe not today. Let it be gloomy a little bit.
Let the moon shine a little bit. You know, Diana, the girlfriend, not here. Was actually banned away, so not happening today. But no need to look for the play. But they are looking for the bot side play. But no Narbar. Wait,
League Observer goes in hot on the trigger. Zeri the carry finding the two double back-to-back aspect. LOL getting Chuck low. In the meantime, our scope is focused. Directed cameras here in the bot side river. As Mumu bites the dust, he is shattered. Majora's finally goes down. Eureka with the outplay. The turret is the MVP in that exchange. And Flaccid with the help of League Observer and Philip Sachs, they are going to complete yet another objective. They are looking at Soul Point here, Salt.
Yep, Soul Point already. So that's a 21-minute Soul. Oh my word. That is not good. Having that Ocean Soul so early. But LeBlanc, in that exchange, did end up losing 10 books, or 10 pages out of the book. So that feels pretty rough. So that's a lot of damage already taken off the table, but she does get her Mythic Spike. Galio building towards that. One of the tank items, he has the Bombing Cinder in his back pocket. You know, little burning leaf there. But, oh my goodness, this Mordekaiser forces the Galio ulti, but he has Death Realm.
Yeah, Death Realm comes up. This is Mordekaiser you do not want to mess with, especially on the 1v1's aspect. Bites the dust. He goes back. Give me that cash. Flashes away and lives. So guess what? Don't try that again.
No, this Mordekaiser is just too scary. You cannot deal with him anymore. 4, 1, and 2, building towards that demonic embrace. He's just going to be able to deal with anything you throw at him. There it is. The mask, the helmet's been picked up. That's just so much damage, so much percent health damage, especially up against triple frontline. That's crazy. That's gonna deal so much damage. But 2, looking for the play.
Our League Observer just too fast, you know. Supersonic speed.
Too fast, too furious.
Okay, you go in. You can't catch him, but he'll catch you. Balling
Wait,
you for
what?
the flank.
The Jinx
Hello?
flank.
Jinx flank. Hello, this 2022 meta. What is going on?
See, I like that play if you're anything but a Jinx. If you're an Alistar, Rakan, Pog.
But guess what? Ooh, moment of truth there. Silver lining possibly there, but League
Break
Observer is just breaking ankles, finding kills back to back. But Flash with the kill steal. You know, Leona wants in on the action a little bit. Does not like League Observer stealing all the kills.
Yoink. Those are League Observers, but that's a Zeri. Already almost finished. That Titanic Hydra. 1,700 in the bank. She has more than enough to grab that with interest. And,
That's a big oops. That's a big oops.
Red
Can't
buff
walk away
burn.
from that one. That red buff burn. There it is.
Plus demonic.
You know,
Flaccid?
Ampleforth, they're so far ahead that they can afford to have Leona's just split push at this point.
True. Leona split push? Is that taking a book out of Hylissang's plays? This guy likes to split push on the support with the Baron. Unfortunately, no Baron buff picked up here, but... they're going for the tie. No, they're not.
If I would guess, if we were to say, hypothetically speaking, if one of these teams was getting coached by an LCS pro, I would assume that Hylissang is coaching Ampleforth. But anyway, Cataclysm comes through. That's a double fight there, as easy as that. And I guess at this point, the Sad Mommy has given up on hope. At this point,
Oh
he
my
didn't
god,
even try
look
to
at the
walk away there.
Jarvan. He's just basing in their face, man. That's rough. But they are going to grab up this tier 2 as well, so they are getting a lot of gold in their back pockets. Galio looking for the play.
Galio's been always looking for the play, but the play hasn't been looking for him.
Unfortunately not. The play has been finding him.
Yeah, but not
even if he
in his
doesn't want it
favor.
to. Definitely not in his favor.
Yeah.
It's mostly Majora's finding the play on him.
Yep.
They have a flank though on League Observer.
Finally, a flank that maybe is worth a
Can
while
they
here.
1v3 this?
Lightning
Can they
crash
1v3
for the
this?
movement speed as well. The League Observer does get Tana rooted up. He's finding the 1v3. This is 1v4. I don't think it's doable though. He's gonna get really lucky if he needs to make anything happen. Gets knocked up, rooted up, and the shot down goes finally to Aspect.
And I mean, honestly, I respect it. That's what you can do on Zeri. She doesn't have the Runon's Hurricane. If she had that, that is an easy 1v4, 1v5. So this Zeri is scary. Zeri the carry, like you said. And
Yup.
Zeri is here.
Zeri
is
the carry
sparking.
got nerfed, still performing. Hey, you like seeing that?
I love Zeri. She's such a fun champion. Like,
Spark
if
is
she's
on.
not banned, just play it. Just play the champ. She's so fun. It's really, really crazy. Like, she's one of the few 80s carries that does not get one-shot by literally everything. Does not get one-shot by the support. Does not get one-shot by the top laner. It's a breath of fresh air.
Oh, is it? Is it now? Salt, you know, not getting one shot, and I'm sure for now, PocketNetwork, they're not thinking that.
No,
Is like,
hey, they're playing the Jinx.
Yeah,
I'm
they're-
sorry, you're getting one tap.
yeah, the Jinx is super broken though. Let's see if they're gonna make a comeback. They do have that possibility.
Oh, nice
Great.
predict.
That's a good predict. Bandage toss does find the target now. Moharis absolutely deletes the Jinx there, who just walks up, and Moharis just looks at him wrong. Just gives him that wrong look.
Wait.
And now Heroic enters the middle of a
killed
couple of
himself.
players here. Rekko. The Death Realm, though. Mordecai just wants the snack himself here, as he does find the kill on Silver Platter with some French fries and ketchup on the side.
Uh-oh.
Philip Sachs under the turret here. Aspect is diving deep at this point. He's the only one left alive. This is going to be the ace shortly after. Could very well be the game. Triple kill for Gimme That Cash.
They don't really have a big wave. They can't really... Oh! Oh my god.
That was a shot in the dark. Mega the Drenched Rocket.
Oh, they can end. They can end now? Yeah, Galio's up in 8. If they get taunted under tower, it's really rough. So they're just going to back off, try and get this Ocean Soul at 22 minutes. And that's basically game. Getting that Ocean Soul is super important. And there's just no way that PocketNetwork can deny it. So they're just going to take that one. They're happy to take it and get that regen, and there's not a single bit of Grievous Wounds apart from on that Morgana, so there's no way to deny the soul either. So, not gonna feel all that great. The only way you can actually really counter Ocean Soul is by buying healing reduction, and only Morgana has it right now. So, not really a way to come back, but they do need to build like glass cannons. They need to find a way to deal damage and take them down, and look for picks. So they need to try and find pockets of vision that aren't there, and hope that one of the carries greeds, that the LeBlanc greeds, but it's really hard to catch a LeBlanc, that the Zeri greeds, but again, it's also really hard to catch a Zeri. So, it's all about playing these pockets of vision, but the carries are just so mobile that it's almost impossible to do. It's an uphill battle for sure. Oh no. Bye-bye, friend.
That was super close. Somehow, Bully, you walks
Flash
away with
shield
that
plus
one.
flash.
Yeah.
And
A
heal.
lot of
or not
resources.
heal.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
I'm always like, let me try my chance, Moharis. I'm the only one who can lock you down, says to GRA in that exchange, but nothing
doing the
comes
Baron.
of it. This is going to be an easy Baron pickup. Both teams note the Baron is for the taking now, and they do spot them. That red board that you see that Philip Sachs is surely taken out right now, but briefly here, they're going for an exchange. Moharis is trying to zone them out, but it's going to be 3v1.
The movement.
Yep, does not want any of that smoke. Rico goes in. Gonna get rooted there. Momo just wants to get into the pit, but it seems virtually impossible at this point in time. Throws out the bandage toss here. Or is it gonna happen? No, gets deleted. Philip Sachs finds the kill. Mahoras as well, zoning out perfectly there. Now Morgana wants to steal it with the Q, does not find it. And League Observer is here. Finger on the trigger, ready to pull at any given moment. We'll find the kill eventually. That's the double digits on the Zeri, double digits on Moharis. This is one-sided game for sure, so we can talk about our days at this point.
So how's your day been? It's been
okay.
Oh, under the tower.
Kind of refreshing for sure. DeFi Legends, very interesting. One of the funnest tournaments that I've been a part of. So thank you for the opportunity here. As if you did get your predictions right, you are probably eating this game up. Ampleforth did not have any subs, but PocketNetwork did definitely have a couple of subs, so maybe that's why this game is looking a lot different, as a couple of people had to step in.
They're fountain diving.
They're
Come on,
fountain
man.
diving. That's the ultimate flex. That's the ultimate flex, in my opinion. But, you know, League Observer does not get more than that. There it is. GG's. Ampleforth looking to secure their second win in the second week.
Grabbing up to that 2-0, tying themselves up with some of the players in Group A. So they're looking really solid here, coming forth into next week. But Week 3 is the deciding one when they're facing some of the stronger teams. But we'll see how it works. We'll see how it turns out. It's going to be fun, but I mean, so far Ampleforth just looking really, really strong. Every single one of their lanes is playing incredibly. Their jungler is also supporting all of that too. So just overall, I do think this team looks very synergistic. They go for plays. I mean, sure, they got caught out once or twice, but that's just ego at this point. At least it looks like ego. From my perspective, it just looks like they're just, I can do this. It's fine. And, you know, sometimes it's just how it is, right? Can't really change anything about that. So ego is fine as long as you recognize when you have to get serious, and that will be coming up next week. Next week's matches are very important because that's the halfway point. This will could potentially knock some teams out if they do hit that 0-3 mark.
Yep. You know, that 0-3 mark or 3-0 mark, you know, for some
exactly.
It's going to be that for next week. We're going to get DeFi versus Crypto Nove, if I'm not mistaken. But those are some matches to watch out for. You know, it's getting interesting, despite the fact that today PocketNetwork, essentially they were getting cooked on an open flame there. But hopefully they'll find it in them to come back in the third week, because you could make a lot of differences here. You know, you could be the team that takes away games from teams. So that is going to be something to watch out for. Yeah, essentially. With that said, Salt, is there anything else that we left out that we wanted to mention here before we sign out for our games?
Not tonight. Everything's looking pretty solid. Had a great time here. Again, these teams looking a little better than last week. So every little bit of improvement's important, especially as, again, they reach the halfway point and then playoffs soon after that. So just keep it up. Keep up the good work. I want to see more out of you guys.
Yeah, there it is. I agree with you totally there, Salt. And just like that, we have week 2 of DeFi Legends in the books, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be glad to know that next week we will be back here on Twitch and YouTube, bringing you more competition and continuing the fun on Wednesday and Thursday. So till then, gamers, take care of yourselves and always keep the sunny side up. My name is Proof of Proofcast. We're signing out DeFi Legends for week 2. Be back next week. Take care. Good night.